What's up, guys? This is going to be the second video for this week. So today's going to be about the market and kind of like what to look for in the future. So the big news today, I didn't get a chance to really post it, so I thought I'd just do a video on it. Is Warren Buffett ends up buying some gold mining stocks, and anything he does always makes the news. And the company he bought, the ticker is actually Gold, GOLD. It's a mining company. Now a lot of people might ask, oh, why is he doing this, and how much did he invest? He invested about $500 million, which is less than 0.5% of the overall portfolio of Berkshire. So if it's like if he had $100 to invest, he put about 50 cents in it to bring it to perspective. But it's still interesting to say the least, because it kind of gives you an insight of what he's thinking. And I wouldn't bet against America, and I definitely wouldn't bet against Warren Buffett, right? I think when the economy turned, everyone kind of turned to, you turn to more safer assets, which are gold, silver, and homes, real estate. Not in any particular order, but obviously silver and gold on the open market are a lot easier to obtain than having to go through the whole real estate process, right? So, and the reason why he bought a gold mining company versus just, buying gold straight up, it's a little bit of a hedge on your investment, right? Because if you do your homework, which I'm sure he did, and he looked at the intrinsic value, he looked at, okay, this is the mine they're mining. This is how much potential gold is going to be there. This is the value of that gold, and this is the value of the stock today. Okay, let's buy it. That's his whole thinking. That's value investing. And on top of that, you also have you're giving yourself a lot of leverage, because when you buy a gold miner, not only are you buying the rights to the potential gold they're going to get, but you're also buying, the tractors and the drills and like the company and the actual mining rights and the ground rights and everything that gets. So it's a lot of safety built in to a play on gold. And usually, it's not rocket science, it's common sense, right? When you print more money, money becomes worth less. So you want to, put your money into something that's going to protect that purchasing power, which over, the last 1,000 years has been gold. Gold has been the number one thing to protect your purchasing power. So it doesn't come as a surprise to me. And I think the bigger headline is, not that he purchased this or that you should purchase it, but the bigger headline is, well, let's see where this is headed in the next year or so, where the economy's headed in the next year or so. Because if one of the best investors of our lifetime is betting on gold, that means he's betting on inflation rising. And if that's the case, then, maybe, our decision making to buy certain securities, certain stocks, you might want to second guess that. I've been sticking with just, blue chip stocks and just selling the premium, the FANG and then the video game industry, really. And my biggest play is DraftKings. And it's just because no matter what happens, I believe in the future of that company. And I believe in the future of the FANG stocks. And I believe the future of like Activision, Take-Two, and EA. They have really strong moats. But you wouldn't see me, taking a risk on like smile.com or whatever, something new, something whatever. I just wouldn't take that risk in the current environment. And that's where I'm staying out. I would like to invest in solid companies that, hey, even if they took a 20-30% dump, I know in 4 to 5 years from now, I'd be able to recoup my cash and then some, and it wouldn't be something where I get wiped out completely. Other than that, guys, the earnings seasons are kind of like winding down. You've seen most of the FANGs report. You've seen most of the bigger names come out. I think we got some earnings coming up this week, but I think the biggest thing on everyone's mind is the election time. And that's the next step here, because obviously policies shape this country. And Kamala Harris being nominated for vice president, to me, it kind of put me at ease. I'm glad it's not an extreme leftist that's going to try to fundamentally change our country. Try to say, oh yeah, if a landlord sells their real estate property, it has to be sold to the government first, or, some crazy stuff like that. I think it's just going to be business as usual. Even if Trump loses and she wins, they're both kind of bought out by Wall Street at this point. And for better or for worse, it puts me on ease for me and you to be able to just go about our business and know that the status quo is going to be kept versus the boat that's going to be rocked. And the biggest thing in this whole political environment so far, I'm just trying to see, is where states and or the Supreme Court fall on property rights. Because as you know, the memorandum that's been placed on a lot of landlords that haven't been given the landlords the right to evict tenants. And I understand it's unprecedented times with a pandemic going on, but there's going to have to be some type of leeway, because you cannot just deprive a landlord of their property rights forever and just say, hey, buddy, good luck. You're stuck with this bill. So to me, I'm really looking forward to seeing, how that plays out, because to me, that's like the pinnacle of America, right? We protect property rights. We protect your rights. There's a little thing called Bill of Rights, right? And that's why America, in my heart and mind and trust, it has my trust, is because it's known over the decades to protect people's property rights and to protect people's rights overall. So you're not scared to invest, because, yeah, you might have a company go to zero because of bad decision making, based on the company, but never have it go to zero because someone would just come and take your property without just cause, right? So to me, the fact that Buffett invested in gold, and the fact that the election's about 80 days away, it's going to be a rocky time. And the biggest news in the short term is going to be the end of August, to see how our leaders are going to hammer out a next stimulus. Are we going to just stay at the $400 enhanced a month of unemployment? We're going to give another $1,200 to all Americans to, help guide us through the months of September and the end of August. Just kind of trying to see what the direction of this country is going to be until election time. And of course, the next biggest milestone to me is going to be election time. And it just so happens, I think, August, September, October, and November, that's around the time that earnings are going to be rolling out again. So it's really forward looking right now. So the next 80 days are going to be full of just a lot of news. It's just going to be something where, if you're investing right now, if you have a position, you're comfortable with it, great. But if you're willing to deploy new capital, I would probably, wait. I don't think 3 months is really going to kill you. But if you really feel strong about a company, just sell the premium, and by doing that, you're getting paid to buy the stock anyways, right? So those are the things to look out for. Like I said, it's a lot going on in things that aren't under our control, but all we could do is just watch, wait and see, and then we'd be able to make rational decisions based on the information that's coming to us. And as far as Russia coming up with the cure, I really don't care, man. I don't care if it was Osama bin Laden or our worst enemy right now, Iran, or even North Korea came up with the cure. I would say God bless them. You're saving us, and you're saving our economy, letting us go back to work. It makes no difference to me. And if Russia, in fact, does have the cure, then great, fantastic. It doesn't matter. Hopefully they'll share it with the rest of the world. Even if they make a profit off of it, great. Get it to us, get it to our distributors, let us get it to all of our citizens, and let's get this country back on track. That's my whole viewpoint of it. It doesn't necessarily have to be that one country wins or another. At this point in time, it's it's humanity first versus country first when it comes to actually being able to save us. And once we're good to go, then it's back to being competitive again and seeing if we can make better products and services. So that's my thoughts for the week. Coming up, like I said, I'm still going to be just trying to sell easy premium where I see it, or where I believe to be easy premium. And I'm really looking forward to the next 80 days, which are going to be super intense, super news filled. There's going to be stories dropping left and right. Definitely going to be a couple of scandals dropping. So we'll look forward to that. But other than that, just paying attention daily to which way the markets are trending is going to be your best way. So, hey, I hope you found this informative, the weekly news kind of thing. If you did, please share this with one friend or put it on your story. I'd appreciate it if you helped the account grow. Have a good weekend.